Alright, we are back. So I saw a question a moment ago from Demon Gaming. How was the holographic sphere set above that floating console? Well, I can answer that question. Quite simply, a spotlight is being used. Now, one of the things to note about a spotlight versus a light orb will emanate outward, but it doesn't care to collide with things the same way. You'll catch a highlight off of it on the glass, but it doesn't really make surface contact. So you need to use a spotlight for something like this. And let's see if I can position so you can see. It looks like there's basically a spotlight somewhere inside it here pointing out this way. I think there might be some more glass that's covering this, and that's why this panel here is blue like it is. So it's a light just shining from here over through, or otherwise, if it's not from there, then the light itself is actually somewhere inside of this little piece. But I don't think it is. I think it's actually inside of there. It's been scaled down very, very small and has been positioned ever so perfectly that you can't see the light. You just see the projection. And because of these little dots here, and it gives that look of stars around a little bit. It's pretty cool. Oh, it's not a light orb, it's my armor. Let me I don't know why I have to mash Control F10 to bring my UI back up, but whatever. Still a work in progress. So let me switch over. Oh yeah, that's a bug. When you take off your armor, it sounds like you got damaged and lost all of your armor. Okay, so without the light orb on, so let's take a little look through this lovely place while it's night out. Actually, the nights are still way bright in Landmark. Hopefully they'll turn that down at some point, but right now, day or night, it kind of permeates through everything. So we've got some nice kind of soft lighting here, just lights from above being shined down. Very nice in this room. So we've got the globe here, and that's made with voxels. Then the stuff floating around it is from the upside down ether shard harvester thing, the new creation tool that we got, or the not creation tool, station that we got for doing crafting. So that's why it's got that awesome floaty look, which is super, super, super smart. Was there an add-on bug? Dang, that's annoying. This is pretty neat here. It's kind of looking at what you've got selected, essentially, or yeah, it looks like basically like a floating hologram interface. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the salvage station. I can't remember what it's called. The ether something. Ether crystal. This is really nice here. The look of like a planet surface and kind of a top-down scan view of the area. A little bit more of a detailed kind of zoom in. It's really, really nice. Station, not ship. If I said ship, I meant station, because it's just definitely a station. Though we have been dealing with ships all day. So that's nice. We got an open box here with some Looks like some batteries or something inside. Got a little game board here. I think this is a really, really nice touch, the way this is done. That's pretty cool. Got this bed here with the sheets kind of pulled back. That's also a really nice touch. It's pretty cool. And down below, got bathroom, shower, stuff. And the toilet, so someone can't use the shower while somebody else is using the bathroom, or it gets weird. Anyway, so do we have? I think there might be a few of those quarters around, or is it just the one? That room's sealed off. Hey, Countess. A little eatery here. Apparently, it's a pie-based, pie and pastry-based system. Ooh, that's really smart with the fusion reactor and the meat coming out of it, kind of looking like a Star Trek style replicator. That's really, really cool. The mounted toaster oven. Oh, that's more of the tech forge. That's awesome. That's a good way to use it there. Stove range. Ooh, you could actually put little buttons with super scaled down emitters inside, and actually have little blue flames, or you could even have a different colored flame. Maybe it's got like some sort of weird pink flame that it's getting cooked from. Up to you. And then once you get another sink, because it's, nice to have that. And oh, you could just put like a pipe or something down here to give it some plumbing. That'd be a really nice little touch on it for sure. Open the fridge. Yes, that is awesome. I would recommend that you change the timing that it's on play or click. When I think of opening a fridge door, the lights don't turn on when it's fully open. The lights turn on as soon as that little switch on the inside gets released from its position. And then likewise, when I close the door, the lights stay on until the door is fully sealed shut and the switch has been pushed back into the closed position. So, small detail, but I guess for me, the look of realism is that the lights come on the moment you click it, and they shut off. Maybe they don't shut off until it's finally closed, but it could just be on click that it shuts off. I would imagine you don't actually touch the door. You like wave your finger over it in front or whatever, and it opens up more things that don't actually use your hands. In fact, this seems like a very crude sink because it doesn't have the automated sink. Though I hate those automated sinks. They need a foot pedal too. They can get so annoying. So, just ran in and kicked over your game table. Whoops. So we've got some awesome stuff going on here too. Now, when you first said that you had an elevator, I looked in and I looked at this like, this isn't an elevator yet. We don't have the ability to turn voxels to mesh and use them as props, but yeah, if we did, this would totally be a nice elevator. I like the lifter that you've got on here. Very cool. Got the hatch there to get it out. And that's pretty neat. You can actually, it looks like it would actually walk all the way through the halls and get out. Functional lifter for the facility. Yeah, absolutely Cold Night. And it's got the thing that it kind of slides up and down on here, the mechanisms and systems, or the rails for it, I guess. I would imagine something like this, even if it's moving up and down here, you would still have maybe a column somewhere here and here on the other side. So that way it's at least got something to help support it, because it's already supported on this side. It's already got contact with the wall. But just like, you know, a couple of little clips or whatever to hold it in place, or, you know, like rails that are, you know, L-shaped rather, not clips. That would really help out a lot, I think. As for this right here, you know what I could see you doing with this room, actually? Because there's just the mountaintop up here, I could see you actually cutting a hole all the way up through there and making a giant, you know, elevator to get this mech out of there. No, I think this mech would be great, actually, using making a giant lift system so you can have your, you know, giant badass anime mech that comes out from below and has the dramatic shot of going through the giant elevator system till it gets to the top, even though it's not going to be that long of a trek to get it up there. But taken into consideration, we will eventually be able to make our own vehicles and you know, walk and drive and pilot them around. So I'm sure it would be a nice feature for later to be able to just have your things just come up and drive it out. The bigger stuff. Up to you. I like the mech. I think it's a great idea to use. I'm waiting to see what kind of mechs people make with linking and triggering. I'm almost scared to see what Clarity's gonna make. Dude's nuts. Oh man. And then of course here's the lab that we were checking out earlier, so yeah. Good stuff. Is that all there is to see right now? I know you were saying there are some issues with the claim add-on bug. And actually, here's a question, Cold Knight. Do you plan to keep this through and use it in open beta? Or are you planning to design this in such a way that it's modular and that you'll be able to just refit it to whatever terrain you need to? Or is this pretty much like your last build of closed beta that you're going to work on and just make it really nice and tidy? And if you can duplicate it in open beta, that's awesome. But otherwise, what's your plan with it? Because I'd really like to know. Yeah, these hulls are great detail. I should actually kind of look at these for a moment and really show it off. It definitely has a very nice sci-fi look to it. The little dim lumicite panels, I believe they are. Let's check. Yep, dim lumicite. So it always looks kind of lit up, or at least you can find your way around. It's never too dark that you can't find your path. And that's really nice. We have these other kind of overhead lights that are shining down everywhere, but it looks like there's something kind of occluding them, so that way it doesn't have the full brightness. It's just got kind of some of the softness to it. To the lab. To the lab. Is this the most up-to-date version? It's all modular. Very nice. Awesome. These little segments and sections here and there throughout it give it a really nice reinforced look. These little kind of double columns here, metal beams going through. It's just a very, very nice look. These service rails going across the top too are really exceptional. Just an extra detail that adds a lot to it. It looks really clean. It looks like it belongs there. Yeah, the service rails are their little electrical lines. Whatever they are, they're great. They work really well. It's pretty awesome. Pass them at a swap meet or put them up on Player Studio for cheap. You could do just like a couple of the basic segments for free, and then do the rest of them on Player Studio. Do like a little teaser sort of package. Nice. So you just added another section to it. That was easy. Looks great. And that's a lot of material. This looks like a hell of a lot of metal to make this. A lot of iron and stuff. It's great use of it. Great use. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna go back to the main section and take a screenshot for the show, because that's what we do. And then I think I'm gonna be moving on. Was there anything else that you want to show me? Knobwinkle, what have you got going on? I'd love to check it out. Actually, that was pretty good. Gosh, what the heck would you call a room like this? 'Cause on a ship, I would say it's like a navigation room. I guess it's the map room. All right. Stellar cartography room. I don't know how much it's looking at space stuff. It looks like it's mostly focused on the region surrounding and the planet itself. Star map room. Cool. All right. I think that's most of it here. What an empty island. Cool deal. Floating Island Project. Prepare to be amazed. Gotcha. Some islands are like that. I mean, that's just the state of things right now. There's a lot of space, and people can get just about whatever they want. Just go to a different server or a different island. And now to fly away from it. Man, that looks nice. Holy crap. Was that with a U or an O? Oh, that's awesome. So, welcome. This place is great. Xanthios. Xanthios went out of their way to make something amazing. This is fantastic. So what am I showing you right here? I don't even know what all this linking and triggering stuff is. This isn't where the action. That's a nice little effect. The light turns on when you get to it. Got the chain going all the way up and connecting to the very bottom of the lowest one of these islands. And of course the water runoff just kind of pouring straight down from there. It's pretty neat. Oh, I see. These are to turn the water on and off. And the water continues from here. That's very cool. Think he's gonna need more chains? Yeah, maybe. Well, let's go inside. Let's go into the first floor here. Now, we were just looking at this from below. This is where the water's kind of pouring down. can see a lot of different little windows and places to look out and through. Some old infrastructure was built up in here some time ago, it looks like. It's water dripping everywhere. Very moist area. Metal's held up pretty well. Huh, that's kind of interesting. Whoops. Yeah, so and you can see all the fog and jungle mist giving it this really nice, effect as you go up further and further, that you're really getting into the atmosphere and that the moisture is just holding and carrying. Then up here, this little riverway. There's a single torch to help you kind of find your way here a bit. That's lovely. Yeah, Knobwinkle, this is a giant build. So honestly, there's a few different ways to go from here. Let's kind of look over this way first. So we've got some more infrastructure down here. Looks really nice, well built up, reinforced. This was being used for something industrial at some point. But as you can see by this segment right here, it's starting to kind of fall apart, wear away, and decay. But the pipes are still there and still in order. There's a little bit more wear and tear there, and a place to potentially fall if you're not careful. It's kind of block there. So, heading on back up. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, this is a pretty big facility here. So can we go up this way? Kinda, sorta, not really. See, 8:13, how's it going? Whoops. Well, this is where we came up from. So there's this service ramp that can take us up. There's that treehouse there. Let's check out this treehouse. I don't think it's complete yet. Yeah. Not yet. I'll just leave that for now then. Yeah, a lot of days of work to make this. Yeah. Yeah, there's the 7-day beta keys, and then there's the very limited of the full beta keys that were given for Trailblazers, and then there's the just buying the Founders Packs is the other way you can get in. So there's a lot of ways if you want to play Landmark and be able to check this awesome stuff out for yourself. Quite honestly. Let's try that again. Going on up here. Does this actually give me a pathway that connects to the rest of it? Yeah, no, yeah. If I jump over here. Got some little plants and mushrooms and stuff. Pipes and all starting to get all rusted and corroded. I mean, I'm sure this stuff has been here for a while. Got some little archways and stuff. Something was, something else was built up here at some point, or maybe these were part of some sort of a pipe system or something that just didn't end up getting finished. Who knows? Still a little bit of the glass remaining here in these windows. It's pretty cool. How's this? Is that any better? I didn't realize the volume was low. Nobody had said anything. The game itself is kind of low right now. It's not really playing any music. So these kind of large stairs. You almost have to kind of jump to get across them. No, you do have to jump to get across them. And this just kind of ends here. It's just kind of some chunks floating here and there. Held in place by just a little bit of rock and stone, but they themselves could also be kind of floating on their own accord a bit. You might need to restart the show here. Okie dokie. So that's this large chunk. Let's kind of go over and check out the other one, and then we'll continue moving up. Because this one, I mean, it goes for a ways upward. So this nice spirally path here takes you up into another set of infrastructure. Now this teleporter will take me up further, but before I go to that, I'm going to kind of move up this way. Whoops. Oh yeah, that's right, it is just kind of a sheet of water. It's a little weird there. But then where it leads out to is up here, basically the next floor up. Alright. Some nice little columns there. I like the very nice look of the is that actually, I think these are custom bricks using different materials, because I see some of them don't quite line up in some places, so that's actually really nice, really nice work, giving it that kind of look. Don't know what else was going to go in here, but this does look like a really neat room. We have a nice little view here. Yeah, I hate that stuff too. Sometimes the ads do get messed up. There's just a lot of water pouring down. That just looks so cool. There's a little bit more built up here. It doesn't look quite as broken down as some of the stuff down below. There's a house. Awesome cold night. Very cool. So I believe this teleporter will then take us up even further. Nope, it took us down. We were there earlier. Uniform, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Oh, here we go. Just a really, once again, a really, really, really nice view from up here, especially with the mist. And, it's floating islands, but it's not like tiny little floating islands where it feels like you don't have enough room to navigate and maneuver. This is a large, large floating island. You can do a lot in this space. You can have a battle. You can have a war up here. I mean, this is not just a couple little, floating boulders or something. I like the mist look, the light shining through there. I don't think that many people trash the emitters. They probably give them away or something. Emitters are really hard to come by, and they've used a lot in this place. A lot of the jungle mist is the one they prefer. I believe that's this here, but they're also using a lot of the fog, and the combination of the two. I mean, it just creates such a really nice effect. The vines kind of building up here. This door, you can, not only is it the door in and out, but if somebody is chasing you, you can get to the top and open the door and use it to smack them in the face and cause them tumbling down, send them tumbling down, and then, after that, you close the door, come back down, and just keep kicking them until they fall off the edge. That looks really cool. It's the horizontal trim. Spiral staircase is too tight. At least it's not that tall. It's not as bad to get to. Got the little shutter door to cover it up. Very nice. And it clips through there. If there was a way to set the angle that it opens to, it would probably make things a little bit cleaner and easier to work with. Or actually, if there was a longer sort of shutter that went that way, it'd probably work even better. Alright. So there's one more spot up. Actually, there's a couple more spots. I think I know how to get to them without just grappling and gliding, but, that's always an option. I think we're looking for that house. There we are. Now what leads to this house anyway? I see. So this area with some of the broken columns and pillars here. Camo snides. Depends on what you're trying to do. Oh, it was just this area and it's just connected off from here. I see. A little underspace here as well. Very cool. It's probably kind of an alternate way to get up. Whoops. So this nice little outdoor gazebo sort of thing, or altar, or whatever the heck it is. It's nice. I thought there was a teleporter in it. I wonder what that one's up there for. Yeah, nice stuff. Well, I guess that's not how I get up to the last two up top. So I'll just make my way there, the neuro way, and kind of reverse engineer it from there. And there was some interior space that I didn't check out yet either. There was some housing looking stuff. A little chest up here. Oh, that's cute. I'm gonna throw in... I'll throw in a water geyser. There you go. Oh, I see. It's a teleport from where? Oh, oops. I think we did pass by this one earlier. Yeah. Yeah, we did. And a little frosty tree up here. Got a small little feast going. And the vine bridge leading across. It's pretty nifty. It's pretty nifty. Yeah, there are tons of YouTube tutorials. Alright. So I'm still trying to find that little space of some interior space with some seating arrangements. I don't believe I checked out in full. It's towards the top here, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe it was a little lower down. Well, I'm not finding it, so I'm just gonna look to take the final screenshot here and get going. There's no way to screenshot this entire thing at once. There's just, LOD would not make that possible. And I only have limited angles because some kid who lacks attention in his real life apparently decided to make two giant crap shacks out in the world here, so, and they refuse to get rid of them. So unfortunately, we can't get rid of those eyesores or do something about it. There's no housing committee or anything that can enforce any of that sort of detail and stuff. Oh well. No. Let me center it. Cambos Knights, you actually have up to 9 of those small areas that you can build in. They're not small, they're actually really, really tall spaces. They're taller than they are wide, so something like this could really use a lot more of that, verticality of it and make use of it. It's an amazing build. What an amazing build. We just spent like the last hour checking this place out. That's how big and amazing this is. Lord Underneath, this is basically as big and detailed as your fortress, except it's a giant set of floating islands instead of the mountaintop castle that you've got going on. Very cool, Camo Snides. Yeah, this will be a lot of fun. Welcome to Landmark. I hope you have a good time. Oh man, so awesome, so awesome. Oak Moon, that's the goal. The timing of when they go open beta is going to be weird because they still have to do the competitions for all the different races for EverQuest Next. We've only gotten through Karens, Dark Elves, and we're about to finish up Ogres. So we still have 5 more to do before we can really, start into open beta with, or closed beta rather, with EverQuest Next. Or rather, no, let me rephrase that. Before they do whatever wipe they're going to do to take Landmark into open beta, which I would assume they will also want to do before going to closed beta with EverQuest Next, is getting all of the build competitions done. But I don't know if they're going to do it before open beta is finished, or open beta is out for Landmark rather, or if there's going to be an alternate system that we'll be able to use to build material free, and then use that for the competitions going forward. Who knows? Anyway, enough rambling for me on the subject. I'm going to go on to the next place. Knobwinkle, where you at? All right. So, it's been a few weeks. Guess where we're going after this show is done? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah, no, I understand now, Bwinkle. Believe me, I understand. Yep, it's back. The Evercast Show. I don't remember them giving us Crap Shack doors. When did we get Crap Shack doors? How long have we had Crap Shack doors and I didn't know? Outhouse door? Was that a new prop? I missed it or something. Outhouse door. Nice. Well, it's a Crap Shack, everybody. What can I tell you? Nice Crap Shack. Alright, now let's check out the house. That's really cool. Ooh, look at that. Oh, they're a little drunk, but yeah, exactly. A cold night. They can give us outhouse doors, but not lasers. This is really nice. Various voxel cubes at different rotations and stuff. I like that. That looks really cool. I'm guessing this is like some sort of teleporter. Yes. Does a neuro give a crap in the woods? Yes. So let's take a look at it from the outside here a little bit. Definitely has a nice, you know, comfy kind of folksy sort of house look to it. There's little curly things with lanterns hanging off of them, like a middle America sort of deal. Question: I've never lived in a house with second story shutters. How does this work? Like, do you open the window, seal the shutters, and then close the window? I've never known. Because that would make sense for, you know, storms and stuff to really, you know, batten down the hatches, as it were. But I don't know, the idea of trying to access those from the outside seems a little weird. Decorative shutters? Well, here's the thing, though, is when I see shutters like that, and then I see the basement there, and that basement looks like it's meant to be functional. That or a ladder? Yeah. They're just nailed on. Ah, I got you, Fugazi. Okay, not Winkle. Alright, alright. I like this doorway here. It's a really nice set of stonework that you've done for the archway. It looks really, really cool. That's just so cool. Having it transition from the bricks to the solid here to make that nice stepped archway. That's just a great detail. It looks really believable, actually. Is just so amazing. Need to keep flying mobs at bay. Yeah, Oak Moon. Yeah. I don't know, because of the Coke bottle look of the glass here and the you know, the type of house it is, I would imagine this is like weak, non-tempered glass that like any old rock or like a bird flying into it or something is just gonna shatter it. Uh, I don't know what you can really do about that. It's just the look of things, and that might actually be the look you're trying to have it communicate. For this, I would recommend having just one little support kind of going across here that connects to the ground, something to give it a little bit more support going across here. So that way it won't be as squeaky and rickety as somebody walks up across here. Likewise, I could see some sort of support coming from the wall here up across, or like a couple little angled pieces, coming up off of here to give this one maybe a little bit more support, but maybe not this one so much because it's got the wall supporting it. So actually, I'll shut up about this one. It's just fine. This is the only one that I would imagine you walk across it and it kind of has a little bit more wobble than the rest of it. I like that. I really like the look of the curved pieces connecting up with the supports going across, and then this one kind of going counter to it and giving that kind of supporting crossbar. That's really, really cool. Also, the use of the custom wood here, the custom floor panels, very nice. I would, what material are you backing it? What's underneath it? I would recommend using a wood of maybe a different type for the material that's underneath, like a darker grain of the same version, or a different angle, maybe the diagonal, or the if this is the vertical, do the horizontal. Plated voxel is a pain to make. I getcha. Okay, well, yeah, if it would be too much of a pain to do something here, then definitely skip it. Definitely, definitely skip it. Up to you. I like this little padded piece here too. So when someone comes all drunk and stumbling down the stairs, they'll run into something padded. Oh, it is dark burled underneath? It's hard to tell. Hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do kind of see it there. Cool. Oh, then you did the thing before I even needed to say it, and I'm just being a jerk. Very nice. I like that support going across the bottom floor. If there's room to do it somewhere else here, I think that would be cool, but I don't know. It doesn't quite look like it lines up the same way. Going across like here or something. Very nice. A little bit of that showing off the edge is not a problem. It's good. Especially because it's actually reinforced here, so you're not seeing the tiles underneath. Or are you? So we got a couple storage crates there. I really like this. We've seen this kind of latticey rail sort of thing since the Cairn stuff was going on. So it works really, really well. Works well there, I'm saying, as well as, it works well in general. It's pretty cool. Made with offset voxels. Okay, so you do have this top area that's kind of accessible. I can see you still haven't gone through and added the rest of the kind of the supports and reinforcement, so it's not just showing the tiles from underneath. But oh yeah, that's it. It looks weird, but I think you're really only going to see it from the outside if this area up here is going to be sealed off, which would make sense. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So are you gonna furnish it with normal stuff with a tinge of like little magical things here and there, like that teleporter in the down in the basement? Or is it going to be just all normal stuff and the only weirdness is down here with this? Will be supported. Cool. Cool. Dunno. Okay. So, since we saw it on a previous claim, I'm going to put the idea out there. Take it or leave it. Using the floaty crystal part of the ether shard harvester things, having that and changing instead of green, using blue for these. So not only do you have these glassy ones floating around, Ziller Splat, thank you, welcome to the Neuro Network. Instead of just having these ones around the glassy ones, you can also have the blue shards kind of floating and moving in place there. The well is near the front door. Oh, here we are. Yeah, I could see how that'd be a pain to have the stones kind of arranged radially like that. It seems really, really difficult. Then the kind of stony cover over top. That's pretty neat. I would wonder, would there have to be wood underneath to help hold that in place, or maybe it should just be wood? I don't know. It's a neat looking well, though, for sure. You're really just coming over to draw a bucket of water. Nobody's going to fall in or anything. Nicest view is on the roof. Oh, neat. Is that the floating island in the distance, or is that a different floating island out there? There is lava in Landmark, but so far it's non-moving and non-damaging. So if you're looking for the dynamic fluid that's going to kill people, not yet. I'm still waiting on that for PlanetSide 2. I thought we were going to have it last year. Cool. All right. It's just stone. Lava is just a stone texture right now. D-Man, how's it going, Clarity? Alright, once this sends. So, who's got a build that they'd like to get some feedback on? That's basically it for the list right now. I'm gonna check the email real quick and see if anybody actually applied with the actual application. I used to check that regularly, except people don't really apply there very often, so yeah. Nothing. Okie dokie. So, I don't know that I've seen it in the most finished of finished states of Countess, but I think we did give it a visit last week. We can get swing by one more time here. See what's going good with it. Oh, hell yeah, I want to see the scrapyard, Phasicus. Alright, see you later, Knobwinkle. Have a good one. Thanks for sticking in there, and hope you're not sleeping on the job tomorrow. Alright, in about 40 minutes, of course, until the Evercast show. There we go. D-Man. Yeah, that's been the story of things all day at Countess. They really need to give us some way to change the local client to nighttime, because it's impossible to do a tour show when we have no control over day-night. I really like this nice little bit down here. This was not here the last time I was around. This little crystal inside. It's very nice. Very nice touch. The little lights kind of coming off everything. Very cool. Real voxel crystals? No, those are the props. You know the props. They're the ice crystal props from underground. Yeah, they'd all be mashed up at the bottom otherwise. And let's pay an explanation. So, the hanging plants are a very nice touch. It's very cool. You can see a little bit of kind of difference in rotation and scale and variation just to make them look a little different. I guess actually you did do that. It's just the maybe it's the two on the end there that are. No, they're all different. I'm just being nitpicky for no good reason. I'll be quiet about it. This part here, it looks kind of interesting. It looks like the it's almost being held up and held in place by the roots there. Little that doesn't look intentional. Oh well. Anyway, I really like all the use of plants all around. It definitely makes it look very lively. The roof tiles for the exterior looks pretty neat. Looks very very naturey. So inside here we've got a little cooking pot going. For a fairy, that's a big cooking pot, I think. Got a couple of little urns up there on top of the fireplace. Nice little plant buckets there. Those are lovely. I like those curved windows. Oh, fun stuff, Countess. Yeah, we can show you how to do that. Everybody knows my thoughts about having candles straight on wood, and while there are some places where it's safe, there's, you know, I don't know. I feel weird about seeing candles on wood. It's also going to get wax all over the place. It is a nice, I guess it's just the bed. You just kind of flop on it if you're a little fairy. Sepsua, yeah. And we've got this little fire pit here too. Looks like they're both connected to the chimney system. Yeah, a little plate, or you could even do like we did with the carrot stuff and put a little underturned seashell. A little kind of naturey sort of way to approach the situation. And I would guess maybe the same thing here with this table, because it was just going to get all over the tablecloth, and it could eventually, if it gets knocked over or something happens, could actually, light it ablaze. Not as bad as camping stoves and tents. No, but they're both pretty bad. I guess actually camping stoves and tents a hell of a lot less safe. Maybe a huge tent. Yeah, so exactly. That's there's sometimes where certain candles on certain wood isn't a big deal, but generally it's something that's better to avoid. Courage shield. There we go. Yeah, you're not gonna find lava in the caves yet. Alright. Scrapyard scrap. Yeah, the jellyfish emitters are awesome. They're also very uncommon, so do hold on to that or find somebody who's making good use of them. I meant to swing by Dave's place today. We just didn't have an opportunity, but he's definitely take a look at Dave Georgeson's Smoke Jumper's place in game when you get an opportunity. It's a beautiful place. It's got amazing linking and triggering. It's awesome. It's definitely worth checking out for a variety of reasons. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because he also has the what's it called? Submarines that look great. I still have one of those stupid things, right? Yeah. Bad Viking. How you doing, Bad Viking? Not too atmospheric. Yeah, I know. It's daytime. It's always daytime everywhere that needs to be nighttime. It's kind of a problem. The nights aren't even dark enough anyway. Zone control? Gotcha. Cool deal. Alright. So you're coming to Scrapyard Scrap because you need scrap. Well, look at the damn place. The place is made out of just so much metal alone. Later, Countess, thank you very much for coming through. Good checking your place out, and we will see you later. I like the crane system, very nice. That's tough. That narrow of a set of voxels at that angle, it's like less than a 1x1. That's gnarly. Kudos on the good work there. That's tough. Alright, so let's kind of look around here a little bit. So what's new with the place? What's different? Got a little blockhead there. These are the some of the spawn areas here. I don't remember this tower here. Ah, this new control tower. Very cool. Yeah, I see. Work in progress. I see there's a little bit of a paste error here. Whoops. That's pretty cool. Set up new spawn points. Smelters now trigger from their control panels. How many claims is this? This is 4 claims. This is a 2x2. So the control places are basically a launcher apart from each other. That's pretty interesting. I like the oxidized metal here. It almost looks like it's covered in blood or something. Lots of flippers to get up and down. Gotcha. Boom. Alright, let's keep on climbing up through. That's great. It's just a nice little touch. Boink. Pretty neat. That's a great little blockhead mold. That's really cool. A little cart that takes things up to the smelter. Which pours out into the smaller mold here. Very cool. So here's another control area, and if I remember correctly, there's spawn points above and below here. Oh, there's a nice little arrow. Yeah. So the capture point. There's spawns for both teams here. Little flat blockheads. Yeah, okay. Well, actually, if we had the ability to make our own, And have little guys like this, the little blockheads walking around and operating stuff, would be great. Yeah, Fugazi, it's a weird sort of a balance. The various middle parts and pieces just kind of hanging out there. Is there anything that I missed? Was there anything that I didn't see? This is a pretty great build. The Invis Bug. Melee detail is pretty much it. Okie dokie. I really like that new control tower. And okie dokie. Sending it off. So we got about 20 more minutes here before we wrap up and move to the Evercast show. So, does anybody have a build to get one last look to here before we move on? I might just go to Dave's place. Sure. Down the hill from the ogre? Okie dokie. see. Oh, cool. I'm just having a hard time loading everything here. I'm going to give it just a moment. We have not crashed or closed landmark the entire show here, which is awesome. But that means there might be a lot of crap loaded up. So it might take a little bit longer than usual, but that's fine. Wait a second. Have I been here before? No, I don't think so. Yeah, Minoko, it's pretty awesome. I like that. Very nice use of the voxels with the texture to give that really nice kind of striking look to it. Very nice on the inside here. Hey, at Dark Wars. I like those columns. They're really nice. Very simple. Look great. The stuff kind of reinforcing the walls all the way around. This stuff that's a little kind of dark, like it's seeping up through the ground a little bit, kind of a little moldy almost, or otherwise it's just the rock that it's kind of built on. Either way, it gives it kind of a interesting look. Oh, neato. Maybe a staircase leads up there or something. Definitely some serious work in progress status going on here, but it does look great. So are all of them different? What was that? Almost.
Hello.
Hey, yeah.
I just did the lobby of the switch out. This is the current progress setting.
Not gonna lie, it sounds really, really garbled and staticky over on your side.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. It's fine on TeamSpeak, but Absolutely, that's kind of a mess for me.
So sorry, I didn't hear. Did you say that they're all a little different, or all the same? Or you're just kind of working them, working one and then pasting it elsewhere?
It's using a modular system throughout the buildings to get everything up fast.
Gotcha.
So a lot of copy and paste. And then, like this room's different. Like this will be like the main like unique room for this build. And most of the rooms will be similar around it.
Cool. I'm gonna look around and see some of the other ones here then.
Yeah, the warehouse and the townhome are a bit more complete.
Cool. All right. That's probably not how you're supposed to enter that one. Okay. Now look like they're part of the same neighborhood here. It's pretty cool. They're all reinforced there and kind of blackened towards the corner. I'm not really sure what's going on with those. Creates a really interesting look going around. Then we have like a sewer grate system or pouring system, drainage or whatever. The ceilings here are a little bit different. They're much more heavily latticed and reinforced. Really like the look of this. Instead of having the plaster in between, it's just kind of wood going the entire way around. That looks really cool. Nifty carpet. Yeah, that is definitely the right color of carpet to use there. That looks great. Awesome. Yeah. What are you folks thinking of this place? And this is a little bit closer to the look of the other place, just a little bit. These windows are really nice. Again, because of the type of glass being used and the shape of it and the building here, for some reason I feel like it's really easily breakable glass. As opposed to, same glass on a sci-fi build, it just looks super sturdy. I don't know. It's pretty cool though. That looks nice. Very well reinforced in the roof there. That looks great. Not only does it look great, it looks functional. That makes me happy. Papa Taz, welcome, welcome. Thank you very much. We're almost done over here, though. For the hosting, though, very much. Thanks. Thank you. So, this one's pretty cool. Let's check the other ones real quick before we wrap up and move over to the Evercast show. Yeah, this is quite a bit of detail. The lucky barkeep, you'd have carried the carpet up around the flats of the stairs. I agree with you. The carpet probably should go a little bit further, instead of being contained by the stone there. It will be a voxel rugs. Very cool. Well, in Akapenda, we're all using the same tools. You could technically do something like this. Oh, I see. Yeah, voxel rugs. Very nice. I like it. And using the thatch for the fringe or whatever that is. I think that's the thatch. Very tall sort of rooms. Similar sort of thing, but just really long walls going up. Again, the lattice work. It's a little darkened in some areas. Gives a little bit of an interesting look and gives it a very like kind of shaded look to it. Whether or not that's intentional or what the effect is there, but it looks really cool either way. Really cool, but at the same time when I get close it kind of makes it look a little moldy or something. Some exceptional work in here. All of these look really cool. Definitely a really nice set of buildings. So is this inspired or themed after anything like, you know, 1800s London or something like that? Or anything in particular? Thank you very much for the follow, Lucky Barkeep. Welcome to the channel and the Neuro Network. Because honestly, when I look at this, it makes me think of like old-timey European. I guess not old-timey, but yeah, roughly 20th century. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, wood slides going there. Looks good. Ah, I gotcha. Confidence overhang. My ad 444K. Things are going fantastic. Welcome. I hope things are going well with you too. Get the location. Alright. Very cool. What was that? Friggin' boots aren't working. Seriously, landmark. Yeah, I want to see the sewers. It's just being annoying right now. Message too long. Hold on.
I can't hear you. What was that?
I had to make the message shorter because it wouldn't send. We're probably going to be moving on here pretty soon to the Evercast show. I'll definitely stick around and check it out, but we're going to be bringing that party over real soon here. We're just about at the end of the hour. So, all of you lovely folks in chat there, thank you very much for coming through. I really, really appreciate it. And this is where we're going to be headed now. It's to the Evercast show. So I will see you folks all over there for the first episode of Evercast for the new year. And thank you all once again for joining for this amazing, amazing, awesome first episode of the new year of Content and Creations. Linking and triggering is amazing. The quality of building and landmark is just getting so much better. This is definitely a great time for the game. Thank you very much. See y'all later.